Love Island, USA. Bombshell Saul Maya experienced tragic death prior to show. Season 8 of Love Island, USA is well underway, and the bombshells keep entering the villa. One of the newest bombshells is Saul Maya, who resides in California. Although she is ready to have a great time this summer, she just went through an unexpected and traumatic death before she came to Fiji. So, what happened? Keep reading for all of the details. Saul Maya is ready for the villa. When Saul Maya entered the villa, she came during a very interesting challenge. The Love Island, USA Islanders were all doing a slumber party challenge where the women had to try to find their partners. However, they were blindfolded as they attempted this, yet they had no idea two female bombshells would be entering the villa. Saul and Jennifer Terry jumped right into the challenge and attempted to leave a lasting impression, which they did. The men went crazy for Saul, and she has an immense amount of confidence. Unfortunately, before coming to Fiji, Saul suffered an unexpected and traumatic death. In 2023, her father, Edward Dean, passed away. He was only 51, whereas she was 21, and Saul was living with her dad when this occurred. Moreover, Saul set up a GoFundMe for $8K to aid with all of the expenses, but only made $2,205. She expressed her grief and said, "My heart is broken. My dad was my best friend, and this will be a forever healing process." The Love Island, USA bombshell's goal was to properly honor her father and give him the send-off that he deserved. Before he passed, he and Saul were struggling, but it seemed like they were working through it together. Fortunately, she's been able to find a new light by joining the hit Peacock reality series and is having an incredible time. Loving the new bombshells. Along with Saul and Jennifer, a male bombshell joined in on Love Island, USA. Caleb came along for the ride, and viewers adored the way the three of them commanded the slumber party challenge. They also appreciated Saul's confidence. The names Saul and Sincere just sound good together, not gonna lie. You can literally feel Saul's calm energy though the screen. I love her. A couple named Saul and Sincere, only on Love Island. Saul also noted on the June 9th episode that her father's passing caused her to get stress alopecia, leading to her short haircut. Yet, it works for her, so hopefully she can keep her confidence and make him proud. What do you think of Saul so far? Let us know your thoughts and stream Love Island, USA on Peacock. Love Island, USA. Bombshell Saul Maya faced heartbreaking family tragedy before entering the villa. When viewers first met Saul Maya on Love Island, USA, they saw a confident bombshell ready to shake up the villa. With her striking looks, vibrant personality, and fearless attitude, she quickly became one of the season's most talked-about contestants. But behind the glamorous entrance was a deeply personal story of heartbreak that few fans knew. Before stepping into the spotlight, Saul experienced the devastating loss of her father, a tragedy that forever changed her life and shaped the woman viewers would eventually meet on television. Reports indicate that her father, Edward Dean, died unexpectedly in 2023 at the age of 51, leaving Saul to cope with overwhelming grief at just 21 years old. A life changed overnight. The death of a parent is one of life's most difficult experiences, and for Saul, it happened far earlier than she ever imagined. According to reports, she described her father as not only her dad, but also her best friend. The sudden loss left Saul facing emotional pain, while also dealing with practical challenges. She reportedly took on the responsibility of organizing her father's memorial during a period when the family was already experiencing financial hardship. Instead of hiding from the difficult reality, Saul reportedly launched a fundraiser hoping to give her father the memorial she believed he deserved. While the fundraiser received support, it ultimately raised far less than the intended goal, making an already heartbreaking situation even more difficult. Honoring her father's memory. In messages shared publicly at the time, Saul expressed just how profound the loss was, saying her heart was broken and describing the grief as something that would be a lifelong healing process. She also spoke about wanting to honor her father's memory with a meaningful celebration of his life. Those words revealed a side of Saul that reality television audiences rarely get to see. While viewers often judge contestants based on dramatic conversations, romantic choices, and social media clips, many never realize the personal battles contestants carry long before the cameras begin rolling. Entering the villa despite heartbreak. Less than 3 years after suffering that devastating loss, Saul decided to take a leap of faith by joining Love Island USA Season 8. She entered the villa as one of the season's highly anticipated bombshells alongside Jen Terry and Caleb McDaniel. The trio immediately brought fresh energy into the competition, forcing existing couples to rethink their relationships. For Saul, however, the experience represented more than simply finding romance. Many fans now believe her decision to appear on national television demonstrated remarkable resilience after enduring such a painful chapter in her personal life. More than just a reality star. Before appearing on Love Island USA, Saul had already been pursuing modeling while also exploring creative passions including music, singing, yoga, painting, and acting. Several interviews have highlighted how her artistic interests were strongly influenced by her late father, making his passing even more emotionally significant. Friends and followers have often described Saul as someone who channels emotion into creativity, using artistic expression as a way to heal. That creative spirit became evident throughout her time on the show, where she remained expressive, emotionally open, and unafraid to wear her heart on her sleeve. Making waves inside the villa. Once inside the villa, Saul wasted little time getting noticed. She quickly formed a connection with Sincere Rhea, creating one of the season's earliest love triangles involving Melanie Morno. The romantic tension became one of the major talking points among viewers, with fans divided over who Sincere should ultimately choose. Although Saul appeared hopeful that the relationship might develop into something meaningful, the situation eventually shifted when Sincere chose to recouple with Melanie instead. That left Saul vulnerable in the competition, facing rejection in front of millions. Reality dating shows can be emotionally exhausting under normal circumstances. Contestants experience rejection, uncertainty, and public scrutiny, while cameras capture every conversation. For someone who had already endured significant personal grief, those emotional highs and lows may have carried even greater weight. Following the recoupling, Saul was paired with Caleb McDaniel before eventually finding herself among the least popular couples following public voting. Her fellow Islanders ultimately voted to send her home. Speaking honestly after leaving. Following her elimination, Saul admitted the experience was bittersweet. While grateful for the opportunity, she acknowledged feeling isolated during parts of her villa journey. She also shared that she sometimes felt excluded and emotionally discouraged, particularly after certain interactions inside the villa left her questioning where she stood socially and romantically. Her honesty resonated with many viewers who appreciated hearing a more vulnerable perspective, rather than the polished image often associated with reality television. Fans view her story differently. As details about Saul's personal life became more widely known, many fans began viewing her television journey through an entirely different lens. Instead of seeing only another bombshell competing for romance, audiences recognized someone who had overcome extraordinary hardship before ever entering the villa. Social media discussions increasingly focused on her resilience, determination, and willingness to continue chasing opportunities despite carrying significant emotional scars. Many praised her courage for stepping into such a public environment after experiencing such a profound personal loss. The reality behind reality TV. Shows like Love Island USA often emphasize glamour, romance, and competition. Beautiful locations, dramatic recouplings, and explosive arguments dominate headlines. Yet behind every contestant is a real person with a unique history. Some have overcome family struggles. Others have battled financial hardship. Some have endured heartbreak long before becoming reality stars. Saul's story serves as a reminder that viewers rarely know everything contestants have experienced before appearing on screen. Looking toward the future. Although Saul's villa experience ended earlier than she had hoped, many believe it could be only the beginning of her public career. Since leaving the show, she has remained active on social media and has continued connecting with fans while exploring new opportunities beyond the villa. Given her modeling background, artistic interests, and growing online following, supporters expect to see much more from her in the months ahead. An inspiring message. Grief never truly disappears. Instead, many people learn to carry it while continuing to pursue their dreams. For Saul Maya, entering one of television's biggest dating shows after losing someone so important demonstrated remarkable strength. Her story reminds audiences that confidence can exist alongside heartbreak, and that healing often means continuing to move forward even when life changes forever. While viewers may remember Saul for her dramatic entrance, romantic storyline, or emotional exit, her greatest story may be the resilience she showed long before she ever stepped into the Love Island USA villa. Sometimes the most powerful journeys are the ones that begin long before the cameras start rolling. And Saul Maya's experience is a reminder that every contestant has a story far deeper than what unfolds on television.